Hey, welcome back to a new video of Zero to Hero. Today we are still in GT4. This is race number 3 out of 5. Uh, it's Walking Glen, and I started on pole, but I had a very bad start. The Toyota on the right got a great start, and I was pushed a little bit in turn 1, and I lost 4 positions. But here up the hill, the Mustang for some reason broke, uh, and the other Toyota had a bad run because of the BMW. Now we are getting through bus stop chicane. I took it very nice, and now we are looking for the inside. And we managed to overtake the gold BMW. Now we are chasing the the Mustang here on the penultimate corner. I ran a bit wide, just a little bit over the curb, and now I'm trying again to get a good exit, which I do. And now we are going through the inside in turn number 1. The Mustang is still near us, and now we are clear. Well, I had a great recovery. I've made all my overtakes in lap number 1, and now we are leading and hoping to still lead. Now through the bus stop chicane again. Best lap delta. One of the BMWs, I guess, they are chasing us here very cautiously in this very long corner. I've got a warning, and now I hope I don't get a penalty. One wheel over the curb, but I didn't unsettle the car. I've got a bad exit for the last corner. I wasn't going right, and I wiggled a bit. Very heavy into turn number 1. The car was great, but I guess in turn number 1 I had the most problems, and up the hill. It was a bit heavy on the front, but on the other parts of the racetrack was great. Through the bus stop chicane, it was incredible. I thought I can push over the limits in that corner. Now again very cautiously in this long right-hander. And we managed to get best delta, but I don't think I've got very good exits from the last 2 corners, and I've got a warning. Now we are skipping 1 lap. I didn't do very well. Very heavy again in turn number 1. Maybe I'm braking too late. But every car in this GT4 championship, it feels very heavy. There I hit the wall. I didn't have enough downforce, and I didn't rotate the car early enough so I can go flat. And this time I didn't lift. For bus stop, very aggressively, all over the place, but we managed to do well enough. again here in the long corner. I was off the track with my front left wheel, and yeah, very bad lap. But I got the second last corner right. I think that's a that's a bonus. Now we are in lap number 6. Uh, I I think I break about 300 meters before the turn. Now over the hill, crashing again. This time even worse than last time. So something is wrong with the car. I didn't feel I can push as well as well as last time. Now we got it right, but I've got a penalty, 1 second penalty for exceeding track limits. I think that was in turn number 1. But I think this is the last lap of the race. Here I didn't shift early enough, and the car was too revved up. Oversteer and then understeer for the second last corner. The last corner, it's pretty good for me. The only time I didn't took it as well as this time and the other times was in lap 2 or 3. So yeah. Now I felt the car was getting better, but still not good enough. The tires are a bit worn, and now over the hill I'm lifting and still not slowing down enough. So last time through bus stop, and we are gonna get the fastest lap. Very slow through here, but I took it very well. Maybe I should have been on the power much earlier, maybe a second or two, but yeah, eight laps. The race was 8 laps, and we we won it without any major problems. So I'm very happy for that. Uh, I forgot to put the qualifying lap, but it wasn't so interesting. It was on the wet, and it was in the rain, and I could not push the car as well as I could here in dry conditions. But this is the second win of this season, second win in a row, and now we are skipping the in lap. Well, now we are getting now we are going to Long Beach. So I started 4th. Long Beach is not the best track for me in this car or any car lower than a GT3. I think this track needs a lot of downforce and a lot of braking, and I, I can't do it without that much downforce. But through turn 1, we did very well. We didn't crash, and I'm I'm ready to take any positions. Now we are pushing the BMW. so close to the wall, and now we are getting a very good exit.
Still there.
Here we
Clear.
broke too late. And now, again, a big dive. I've touched the BMW, but I've escaped without any penalty or damage to the car. Long Beach, it's almost the same as Singapore. Uh, it's a bit wide, but you can push the limits, and if you got it wrong, you are gonna end in the wall.
You're clear.
Here, a nice overtake through the last corner. Very tight hairpin. Almost touching the wall on the right. Now I think oil race long. I I've I broke too early. I think I should have broke through to 400, almost 300 meters before the turn, but I've broke even early. I broke to
He's 2 lengths back.
550, and now we are touching the tire barrier.
1 length behind.
But still, we got a good exit. But the
Left
BMW is so good on the brakes.
Okay,
He tried to dive around around the inside. On this track, you are very close to the wall, uh, especially in the last corner and through the middle sector, and a bit for the last sector. Where is the last corner? Here. You need to get it right, or you will get a bad exit, or if you try to brake later, you can end up in the wall. It's very hard. Long Beach, it's very hard, especially in low downforce cars like uh, Formula 5s, GT4s, older touring cars. Now we are getting closer to the lead. Here I accidentally pressed the pit limiter, and yeah, I could have been much more closer to that BMW, but yeah, I activated
Fastest second sector.
I activated the pit limiter instead of the HUD changer, so they are very close on my controller. So the last turn
Too
here,
wide, left
a
side.
not that big dive, not
Still
that
there.
big of a dive, but yeah. Now we are side by side. I didn't got the best
You're
exit,
clear.
but we got it on power.
Lap so far.
I'm very surprised to see the Mustang leading.
On your left. He's clear.
I think the Mustang it's pretty good, even though it's very heavy. It has a lot of power.
5 minutes to go.
5 minutes to go. Very nice move by the BMW. Now we are trying to get the place back, but we cannot. He squeezed us, and I've backed off. I didn't want to end up in the wall. Very nice entry, very nice exit. Now we are having the better top speed.
You're clear.
Here, very late on the brakes.
Clear.
And now I'm trying to overtake the Mustang. The BMW is still very close, and I hope I don't make
4 minutes to go.
a bad move like braking too late or activating the pit limiter again. Now I broke a bit later, but I was still unable to
Two
close
lengths back.
the gap through to the Mustang. So far, this race is the greatest. I think I had very big fights. Uh, the last two races, actually the last three races, were not the most exciting. Maybe the first one because I started
3 minutes
last
to go.
and make my way
Okay,
to
mate, be
second.
patient now. You will force an error, so let's just wait for him to make a mistake.
I can see the Mustang. It's getting very late on the brakes, but it doesn't have the best exit, and I'm trying to make the most of it.
2 lengths behind.
Now the Mustang got us. He has the more power. He has more power than us, and the top speed is bigger. And I think on the brakes he can make the most of it. Now the BMW is chasing me again. Last two laps. This is the second last lap, and I'm trying to overtake the Mustang, but the BMW is it's getting very close. Here I broke a bit early, but still almost in the wall. I was very early on the power. Now still unable to make a move. The brakes on that Mustangs are very good. Lot of power and good brakes. Okay, here on exit, I'm trying to overtake. The Porsche is very good on exit, but here I make a big mistake. The BMW it's able to catch me and overtake me, but we got it on power, on top speed. But I think I've broke too early. Yeah, here I've broke before 500 meters, and the BMW was able to
He's clear.
overtake me very easily, very clean. Now both of us got over the curb, uh, but still unable to overtake. He broke very early, messed up my exit, and pretty much my race is done here on the last lap. Very early on the power and almost made contact with the tire barrier. Here I needed to slow down a lot because I thought I would end up in the barrier. And yeah, uh, I don't think I've made any overtaking in the last corner. Or yeah, here I crashed into that wall. I was too angry, and I thought I could get it almost flat, but I should have been much much cautious. Here's the standings We are still first with 85 points. If I don't finish the race here in I don't know which track is that. Oh, it's Sonoma. So I need to finish at least ninth without taking
Half length behind.
a point for fastest lap. Very good start. I think this is the greatest start of the season. Didn't lost any position. I think this is the third pole in this GT4 series in US. So far we've been on the podium every race. I think we could get a podium here. The car was feeling so great in the first lap, and in the last lap, in the middle of the race, and the last lap was declining very fast. Now through the S section, the KTM's I think are the KTM's I think uh, are very fast through here through Sonoma.
2 lengths back.
They are very lightweight. They are very
All clear.
light, and they've got some downforce. And here there are so many corners that requires low weight and high downforce. And I I'm not the lightest. I'm not. The car doesn't have the best downforce. Uh, I think we are only good on power. The Porsche is the best car because it's very balanced, but it can't excel in everything. And I think it's more like a top tier midfield car. But uh, in in Glen, it can do very well, and maybe Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca or Texas, but it's a bit hard on Texas. Here the KTM just dive bomb us.
Left side.
I tried to do the same, but
2 lengths behind.
ran wide over the curb. Now getting through the S section. I think this is the hardest part of the track,
2 lengths back.
so I need to be more cautious. As I say that we outbroke
Clear.
ourselves. I broke. Oh, I'm fuck. I outbraked myself, and now I lost second. But I don't. I don't think I will go much further behind. We just need to get ninth, and we're third. I think it's very great. I don't care that much for the win. I just want to finish the race in points and get the championship. Basically, I don't have any pressure. The gap is so big. Um, I I don't see any BMW in front, so it's perfect because I think the closest car in the championship is one of the gold BMW. Either the blue or the gold one. They're still very far in the championship. Now this is the last lap. I'm gonna take you uh, on the last lap, a full last lap. Uh,
1 minute remaining.
Now, very, you need to balance the car for the first corner and for the exit of the first corner because it can bite you. Now, I think I'm a bit nervous. I see that the gap it's big enough, and I can get the championship very easily. I just need to bring it home very cautiously through this long left corner. A bit early on the downshifts and the upshifts. A bit. I'm a bit scared in this lap. I don't want to lose the championship by making a big mistake like spinning or uh, running wide or hitting a wall. Okay, we ran a bit wide. Uh, I was a bit lucky that the car didn't do anything bad for me. Through the last corner, here in Sonoma, we managed to get third and get the US GT4 Championship. Okay, I can't believe it. I thought I'm gonna challenge the championship uh, next season. I thought I need a season just to get comfortable with the GT4 car, but in the end I challenged the car more than it challenged me, and we've got the championship. Uh, Here for the last time uh, in the pits, the BMW knocked out the cone right there. So next time I think we will sign for a LMP3 team and try to win the Asian series in LMP3. So yeah, thank you for watching. I was Romanian Jäger, and yeah, bye.